So what did we see in the last episode? We arrived to the Hawk Mountain shelter, I took a little break, and then next morning we started our trip to Woods Hole. I got the opportunity to have my lunch on a few overlooks. I had a lunch in this amazing spot and enjoyed the scenery and enjoyed my lunch, guys. And then off we go.
Yeah, that worked out.
And I continued to Chattahoochee. I don't know who came up with that name, but Chattahoochee National Forest, where I had some lunch. Got a little bit, stripped down a little bit for the audience and for the girls over 40, so they can have some good sightseeing on their way to the national forest. Dried off my clothes a little bit, and then we started our way to Woods Hole, which will be our last evening, our last night. You know what to do if you want to support this channel, guys. It's a new channel, so please hit like, subscribe, and I hope you enjoy the video.
All right, hopefully that's a sign for the shelter. Oh, let's see. News gap, 7.5 miles, or 1.5 miles, or 2.5 miles. I cannot really tell. Woody gap this way. Okay, so there's no shelter. Okay, just water. All right, well, we'll keep going, I guess. Alright, finally I reached the sign for the shelter. It's 0.4 miles that way. You see the blue blaze? That means off trail. This is the Appalachian trail there. So that's the shelter. Finally, that's not 3.5 miles. I don't know, but that's not 3.5 miles. The terrain was not bad, and it took me like 2 hours, maybe more than 2 hours. And I'm pretty brisk, and the terrain was not that bad. I don't know. All right, finally arrived at Woods Hole. It is more like a half a mile. I counted the steps. Do whatever you want with them. It's about 900 steps, and if one step is a meter, that makes it more than half a mile. But either way, very secluded area. Not a lot of sun hitting it, so I cannot really dry my clothes. Although I really wish I can. And hopefully I get some wood to start a fire tonight. But we'll see if there's anything dry. But it's very secluded. I don't think anyone has been here or anyone will come here anytime soon. It is, like I said, by the map it says 0.4 of the trail. Most people don't want to make side miles because that's 0.8. More like a 1 mile extra, and it's up and down terrain. There is a water about 500 steps that way. It's a pretty good source. So yeah, that's Woods Hole for you guys. So I'm in Woods Hole now. The shelter is 1 story. I'm in my favorite position. I hear Peter coming. We did how many? 12 miles I think today. Tomorrow we're gonna go to Blood Mountain, catch the sunrise, and go to a parking lot, go home, get a cheeseburger or something. Peter's like been talking about a cheeseburger. But yeah, it was a tough day. Actually, it's more than 12 miles, I think, because we got side miles. And yeah, tough day today.
So in every shelter, or at least in every shelter we went, there's this thing. I forgot the name of it, but it contains a book and or like a notebook and a paper or a pen. And if you want to know anything about this area or anything about this particular shelter, you can read it inside this little notebook. People like me leave notes there of what they saw, what they experienced, what to look for, what you can find, and so on and so forth. And here is me signing into this book what we saw, where we came from. You leave a little bit for the next person who comes there. There's some funny ones, there's some warning ones, and there's some very informative ones for what other hikers experienced.
Alright, so it's 5 a.m. I think. We're packing here. And we saw last night those two flying mice. And not fun. Couldn't really sleep. Because they're annoyingly making some weird noise. There were more. There were like at least 5. And one of them flew away in front of my eyes. Those two are either dead or asleep. But one of them flew in front of my eyes and just flew away somewhere and freaked me out. But yeah, so we're going to Blood Mountain now. Alright, it's 5:15. We are ready to row in this. I'm pretty sure you cannot see anything. But oh, let's try this. No, oh yeah. Yeah, so we're about to go to Blood Mountain to welcome the sunrise. I'm not gonna film because you can barely see anything. Alright, see you on the top of the mountain. Alright, we're on top of Bloody Mountain, but it's not good for sunrises, guys. As you can tell, there's a lot of trees blocking it. But on the other side, if you can see, I don't know if, you know, it's kind of dark. It's like 6 something in the morning. It's great for sunsets. So if you want to check this place out for sunsets, that's amazing. There is a shelter down here that, well, you can't really see. It's right down there. You can see it because it's too dark. But yeah, you can still see the sunrise, but it's behind the tree line. Alright, let's go down to our parking lot and get the car and go eat some cheeseburgers. So there's another option if you want to see a little bit more of a sunrise. You just come from, just on this rock up there. So you come all the way down. Okay, and you climb this rock that I'm on right now. And yeah, you get a little bit more of a glimpse, but the sunrise is somewhere there. It's still behind all the trees, but I don't know if the camera does it any justice, but it looks very pretty right now. And from here is just a mile and a half down to the parking lot. Alright, I'm still descending from Blood Mountain. I'll clean the lens a little bit. Hey, I'm still descending from Blood Mountain. This is where the sun should be coming up. It's a little bit lighter now. Up there, a little bit after the top, if you're coming from Woodhull, a little bit after the shelter, there's a cool open spot like this one that is more due east. So you can, you know, if you're a little bit taller than me, and you climb on a little rock, you can definitely see the sunrise. But this is a great spot for sunsets. Like, look at this spot. This is great for sunsets. Look at the just the view is amazing. Even on the big rock that we were just with Peter there, or here, it just looks amazing. So definitely recommend Blood Rock for sunsets, not for sunrises. So I've noticed on my way down here, if there are a lot of rocks and not a lot of trees, the marking, the blaze, the white blaze will be on the rock, just like so. So just information for you guys, if you're wondering. Because a couple of times I'm like, it's trail goes 2-3 ways and there's no sign for a fork, and I'm like, where am I going? So yeah, I saw it actually on the ground, and yeah. Oh, I just got a reception. Yeah, descending the Blood Mountain. Tough descent, a lot of rocks. Let me show you real quick.
A lot of rocks, pretty steep, but a lot of rocks. And I don't know, maybe I'm just tired from the last 4 days. I don't know, but it's a tough descent. I hear the cars, so I must be closing on the parking lot. So I decided to take a break and record a little video. Okay, here's another thing I want to point out for the maps. So that's a Byron Reese trail, and that trail is half a mile from where we were on top of the mountain. I've been downsloping for 1 hour, so the half a mile is pretty much as the crow flies, like from top to bottom, a dash. And we're doing a lot of zigzagging. That's 1 hour. Now I'm thinking I'm close to New Gap where I gotta pick up my car, but in reality I'm 1.1 miles away, and I hope it's just straight road to there, and it's gonna take me 20 minutes or so. But the map is, I don't know, inaccurate, or it's written in a way that it's from point to point, like air distance. Alright, it's a bit flat here so I can record. Also, while we're on the topic, we met a few people on this trail. One of them is Jason. He a bit heavier set guy, not fat, but definitely he can lose a few pounds. And Peter was saying that there's no way he hiked more than another guy we met, Cliff, and Cliff is a badass. And I'll tell you later about Cliff. But and I'm like, oh, why, man? I mean, why would he lie how much he hiked? So during the day, Jason passed both of us, and he's like, oh, maybe I'll see you later on Cedar Mountain. I'm gonna have lunch there. We've never seen him again. This guy is a freaking hiker. But listen about Cliff. Cliff, a normal guy, you know, 28 maybe, 30. You know, a bit shy. He gave us, by the way, Cliff, if you're watching this, thank you very much for the mashed potatoes. They were awesome. We told him that our food got stolen, so he gave us mashed potatoes, and he came and gave us a venison jerky that he caught with a freaking bow. Like, dude, you're a badass. Like, he basically caught the I think it's deer, with a bow. I'm like, you're a badass, bro. You are a badass. And that beef jerky was, Lord, that was amazing. But yeah, we met a few other people along the way. So it was good to meet some new people on your way. And yeah, I'm almost at the end, guys. Almost at the end, hopefully. We'll see. It says 1 mile. We'll see how long that 1 mile is. Alright, if you don't like feet, don't watch. But right at the end of the trip. So if you see some heat spots on your feet, if you feel some heat spots on your feet, definitely address it. I'm at the end of my trip, and I think I missed it. I think I should have gotten to it earlier. I have a blister medic, or you can get moleskin, whatever you want to do, whichever you want to buy. But definitely once, if you feel a hot spot on your foot, definitely address it immediately, because it's only gonna get worse. We see land, we see road, which means we're right at News Gap. We get to take the backpacks off our backs. And Peter was talking about cheeseburgers. Now he's talking about a country breakfast. Or we can get both, depending on what we want.
We get country breakfast and cheeseburgers.
Or we can get both, yeah. Alright, so we left the backpacks at Mountain Crossings, and the car is 1/4 mile in the parking lot down there, and we're gonna come back, grab them, and go get a breakfast. Alright, let's see if the car... Okay, I don't see any broken windows, which is a good sign. That's an amazing sign. and it has more battery than we left it with. Alright, for a dessert we stopped at the Foothill Grill Casual Family Dining for breakfast. Show you what we ordered, guys.
And this is where our journey ends with my first hike in the Appalachian Trail with Peter, who helped out a lot. It was tiring, we went through a few hurdles like not having enough food, but we managed, even with the calorie deficit, to finish that section hike, which was not a lot, but still. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you like this channel, please like and subscribe. I'll post more videos of my island hopping and cruises in the future.